Should we just leave that in?
Yeah, at this point.
All right, let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two guys that used to be really fat. But with all my teasing, they've decided to starve themselves, so now they're just two normally fat guys. And they're also still two big nerds that love talking everything from comics to cornflakes. This is Beyond the Routine with Chris, Jones, and some guy named Dave.
So already in the audience, we have a laugher, folks. We have an audience today, and she is excited. I am Chris.
I am Jones.
And I'm not some guy named Dave.
No.
He's a lot hairier.
Look how bearded you are.
I'm very
Significantly
bearded.
hairier.
Look at that.
Just a wee bit.
You're
A lot more hair.
You should start a meal show called Epicer Mealtime.
Oh, I do get a lot of the flavor saver, like I can save it for the next meal.
Oh.
That is some of the trouble with the beard, when it gets this big.
It's like when you have nacho.
Yeah.
Like you have nachos but not cheese, and then you buy cheese, and then so you just leave some nachos in there.
Like usually it's like a bite and wipe, like the whole way, like any given meal. Like
Bite and wipe.
bite.
Write that down.
That's a possible title.
Write that down.
Write that down.
I feel like we're gonna have a long list.
Yeah.
So yes, this is B Wood in the house.
Wood.
Returning.
Bri the Flag Guy.
You've been on the
AKA.
show before, right?
See, one
So
more time.
now we're at 200 episodes. We decided to bring you back.
Yay!
And right off the bat, I'm going to give a shout out to my mom. Hey, Mom. How's it going?
I was gonna say, because if it's my mom,
That's going to be weird.
they really
always
have
watching.
Facebook everywhere.
She's always watching, Chris.
Yeah, they have Facebook everywhere.
And the Julianne.
Oh,
What's up?
She's got a nice set of personalities on her.
I'm not going to hit on you the way Dave would, per se.
I'll hit on you.
But what's up, Julie?
You got a nice set of personalities, Julie.
And Kim in the house in the virtual audience.
Kim
quote,
Baruz,
unquote.
you have a
Yes.
nice set of servers that you work on. See what I did there?
See what you did.
Yeah.
There.
Boom.
And Jessica's here.
Look, Jessica did this to me today. She gave me a haircut, and I look damn sexy.
And you still have
Still got the
yeah,
shady
it's
hair.
gonna take a couple haircuts. She did offer to dye my hair. I felt like I'd be
Obligated
self-conscious
to?
if I what if I dyed it and Julie was like really into it and I kept having to dye it.
That'd be kind of weird.
It would be like she's like that's she's like,
That's the new thing.
oh, I love it just
Well,
for
she is a
men.
fan of Backstreet Boys and Sig, so I could see it.
maybe. All
that
right,
Is that a thing? Like really?
Yeah.
She's got a
You remember the
Backstreet Boy.
90s?
Oh, I do.
Bleach
but-
blonde hair? Come on
Yeah,
now.
I get it.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
going for.
Here we go. Let's go ahead and get into our first segment.
Looking back at all the bad choices they've made since the last time we've talked, it's Week in Review with Chris and Jones.
I'm pretty sure we've never done that one before.
I don't know if
That
you
was
remember last week Dave wasn't here, and Dave mentioned, I sure hope Hugh Hefner doesn't die. And not only did he kill
Jinxed him.
23 people in a hurricane, but he also killed Hugh Hefner.
Dave, not Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, not Dave. Dave
Hugh
killed
Hefner
him.
didn't kill 23 people.
R.I.P.
Yeah, Dave. You see, you got to have the right commas in that sentence. In order
Yes.
for it to make
The,
sense.
the Oxford comma and other commas apply.
Were you upset, Jones?
I got to be honest, no, because it's like that dude lived better than anybody
right.
else. Period.
So supposedly he slept with over 2,000 women.
Does not
first of all.
surprise me.
Yeah.
So I mean, my numbers are slightly lower than that. Like, just I'm married now, obviously.
They're in the top 1,900 though.
Yeah, I'm within 1,999 of him.
Yeah, wow.
Like, that's all I'll say. I have a daughter, so you at least know there's one.
There's one. Yeah.
right.
You had that meme,
I
right?
was sad though. He was a pioneer. He was he fought the good fight back in the day.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So he back
Free
in the
speech.
50s and the 60s and the 70s, he fought
Big advocate of the freedom of speech
freedom of
movement.
speech and stuff and to be honest, I know that they went article only and Playboy has become less in vogue with the rise of the internet and
Well, they weren't full nude in the magazines anymore,
yeah,
right? They stopped doing that a
switched
couple
back.
years ago.
They switched back to the full
Because
nude.
people love
they
to read Playboy for the stories.
I read the
So
articles.
that's what I'm saying. Some of the exposés in Playboy, like through the years, like some of the interviews they had with Robert De Niro, or they were
That's an added bonus. That's not something you pick up the magazine for.
No, did you used to
Typically.
use Playboy back in the day? Like, did you have a Playboy?
I got to be honest. So my first, and my mother's watching, so she's learning things.
Oh gosh, sorry. Tune out.
But my first experience into the magazine world of this was actually a lot more hardcore. A friend's
Ooh la la.
father had Penthouse in the house.
So my first magazines
There you
were
go.
Penthouse forums. So
And now my wife's joined. What up, babe?
Penthouse forums, but I
She
did
knows all
have
about
a good. So when I was 16, my mother,
She
God
bought
rest
them
her soul,
for you.
She
No.
got me a subscription.
Straight up.
She got me a subscription, and I get it every I'd get the food stamps, and then I get the Playboy. And I'd be like, yes, they came on the same day.
That's a mother.
But what about you? Do you have any Playboy
well,
memories?
the first porn I've ever saw, this was at a playground, like no joke, and there was a torn up magazine, and there was just
Found Playboy.
Yeah, I found one. And it was
That's
just.
the
I was
thing.
like 10 years old.
Here's
I
the
didn't know
thing.
what the hell this was. You know what I mean? But I was like, that's pretty cool.
You're like, these look a lot better than my mom's
Yeah,
when you're looking through there. Yeah.
yeah. There we go.
B-Rad in the house. What up, Brad?
Hello,
be
B-Rad.
rad.
And yeah, it's like, so yeah, that's the thing is that was a major thing too, is that these things just used to be kind of strewn about, right? Kids find them all the time. That's like
we've
you
talked
hear about that
previous-
story a lot. Yeah,
you used to. That's how I found my penthouses. Is some random kid put them in one spot, and I damn well moved them into another spot as soon as I found them.
You were playing it
And-
forward.
And then eventually I stopped going there. So I'm
Again,
sure some kid found them.
I might be revealing too much, but this one's not about me. This is actually about my mom. Sorry, Mom. Somehow, someway, she's ended up with a fresh Playboy subscription to her house. In her name. The magazine's come in her name.
Somehow.
Yeah. Like, it's like, open up the black covered, and out comes a Playboy. And I'm like,
So like currently, or
yes. Like, and she has no clue where this came
did she
from.
get like a bunch of magazine subscriptions and they just included that in there?
That's what I'm thinking. She got that door-to-door salesman, and she's just like, pick 6. I don't care.
Pick 6, and he's like, ha, 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 ha.
You will
Well,
not be disappointed in
You know,
this one.
I think in honor of Hef, I'm gonna pick up a Playboy tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna read it for the articles, and then
Read it for
Well,
the
there'll
article.
probably be a
defile it.
special issue next month about him, I'm
there
sure.
probably will be.
Yeah.
Hopefully there is. You know, his son's running the business now. We've talked about how they went from nude to not nude, and then back here on Beyond the Routine
and
before,
back again.
and back again. Yes. So, R.I.P. Hef.
R.I.P..
to you, to a pioneer.
I know. I saw
did
someone.
you see the meme that I shared
yeah,
yesterday?
like no one's gonna say he's in a better
Yeah.
place now,
Yeah,
like
it's like
surrounded by
him
like
and
hundreds
95
of
of some of the hottest blonde women in the world, and it's
all
like
centerfolds.
yeah. So I did I found out last night, and I did the respectful thing. I was like, R.I.P. to a pioneer, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw that meme, and I was like, oh, it's too soon, but this is hilarious.
That was great.
Yeah, so what else did you do this week, Jones?
We did Comic-Con, of course. After
We
the
did.
200th episode, I went back for round 2 on Friday afternoon, and spent some time, spent some more money.
You got some shirts, some really
got
cool
some
shirts.
Yeah, I need a new wardrobe per se. I've
Thanks, Pete.
been donating my clothes, my larger clothes out of my closet, and I'm running out of. Typically, it's hilarious. I say this all the time: is I never need something till I throw it away, and that's why I have such an aversion to throwing things away or donating them or getting rid of them. And that exactly happened. Is I would probably have twice the amount of shirts I have now able to wear if I would have just kept the ones that I tossed. I think November last year, so just shortly before we started our weight loss
And you're
journey.
never going to need the big shirts again, though,
Yeah,
right?
right, exactly.
brother?
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
So
So
how
I'm
many
the- I'm
shirt
the
sizes did you go down?
2 essentially.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
See, so it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
I'm the donee, too.
Yeah.
So I actually got a bunch of Jones's old clothes, and I
Yeah,
wore some of
depending
them.
on the shirt. Like I said, every shirt fits different, but I do have some XL shirts that I can wear, and double XL shirts that I wear regularly now. So
So you you had a lot of long sleeve shirts, which I don't normally wear. And my wife, I don't know if she likes
liked
your
it?
style. She's like, I like that one. Keep that. And the next one, she's like, I like that one too. I'm like, I'm gonna watch what Jones wears around you. I'm watching you. I thought I only had to watch Dave, but now I'm watching you, Julie.
there
And
you
I
go.
just want to say, you guys do look real good. Like,
Thank you.
Like
Thank
even
you.
more so than usual. I'm just saying. You know?
Thanks,
You-
man. You know,
how
you-
much did you guys lose?
He's lost over 100 pounds, and
Wow.
I'm at like
knocking
90,
on
95.
100's door.
And you've lost like 20 or 30
yeah,
pounds, right?
I was like 20. You know, I need to get back on. I was actually gonna discuss with you some of your dietary
So I do
tips.
keto. Jones does something called CICO, which is calories in, calories out, which means he.
You vomit? Is it
No,
like
no. So he.
That's called anorexia.
If he,
bulimia.
if he
Or
works
bulimia,
out in
yeah.
the morning, he'll have more of a heavy eating day. If he doesn't work out in the morning, he'll just have a light.
Go a
eating day.
light eating day, yeah, exactly. That's essentially what it works out to. And to be honest, I've basically a religious gym goer now is the way I would define myself is. In the
Yeah.
beginning it was like 3 days a week maybe just
Now
to get
it's
into
5?
it. Now it's basically every other day. So,
Oh, okay. So 4.
You have Vasa?
Yeah, at Vasa.
Nice.
So and it's in the beginning it was all cardio, just getting on the elliptical, doing that, getting on the treadmill, doing that. No weights, no nothing else, just cardio to get myself back into some form of shape. Mm-hmm. And then
Hey, round's still a shape, okay?
Right. I'm in
100%.
shape, bro.
100%. But since then, like I think May, I started actually going on a regular full body weight
You met
lifting
with
plan.
like one of the
Yeah.
the people,
Yeah.
and then they set up
Set me
something
up
for
a
you, right?
plan, and that's what I've been doing every other visit to the gym is weightlifting, and then the other ones are cardio.
Nice, man. Well,
And I have not gone back to the gym yet.
it's hard once. Yeah, I haven't gone in a couple
It
months.
sure is
either.
easy to pay $40 a month for it, though.
Well, that just comes right out.
Yeah, I need to get back to the gym as well. I also went to Comic-Con all 3 days. It was pretty great. I think next year I'm going to try to go with the wife, and we're going to do some of the panels. We really missed out on. We didn't go to any of the panels, and I think that we could do some of the panels. Maybe I could do some reporting for Beyond the Routine at those panels, kind of
Be
thing.
kind of cool, yeah.
I got a couple mystery boxes. We had some mystery boxes that we opened up. They're check out our YouTube. They're on there. I got a couple mystery boxes. I peeked in them before we opened them up, and they really weren't worth that much. I got a Star Wars one that was just a lot of clearance Star Wars merchandise in it, and then I got a
Like
Rick.
still had the tags on it.
No, you like It's like, oh, I could have bought this 7 months ago when it was on clearance at GameStop for $1.50.
Right.
And these were like supposed to be premium boxes, and I forgot the name of the company, but and then I bought a Rick and Morty one. It had a couple cool items, but there was like several items that were not Rick and Morty themed. They were Pokemon themed, and I was like, so I looked back at the description. It was like Rick and Morty inspired items. I don't know how Pokemon is inspired by Rick and
They
Morty.
talk
but
about it all the time on the show.
They do not.
They could be in a Rick and another dimension with
Maybe.
Pokemon.
Jesse's joined. What up, Jesse? Hope everything's going well with that Sev 1. Sorry, buddy.
And then we had my birthday.
The birthday.
Birthday party Friday.
Yeah.
That
good
was
times.
pretty fun. It was good times.
At the
Except
new crib.
that your internet sucks.
Yeah, my internet is really bad. Is
You're out
someone,
in the
is
boonies.
someone saying that right now? Is my
No,
wife?
no,
Oh.
that was just me saying that.
I upped it to 20 meg, but it's still pretty bad. So yeah, the internet.
Jessica has a recommendation for the name of this episode. No Hef.
no hef.
No hef.
Aw.
R.I.P.
So what we have no hef, and what was the first one?
Wait, never mind. That says Rio Hef. I don't know if she meant it. I don't know what that means.
I think she meant R.I.P. hef.
Right, I think so. I just glanced at it and saw R and I together and pictured an N for no Hef. But yeah. And then Tam's very upset that Dave's gone again.
Again, he's barely on the show anymore.
Yeah, he's not even sometimes Dave. He's occasionally when he wants to be here, Dave.
Good old occasionally when he wants to be here, Dave.
Yes.
All right, let's get into tech news.
We're gonna go-
What did you do anything fun this week, Woodward?
I did not go to the Con. I haven't been there in years. I was going to ask, who was at the panels anyway?
Stephen
Dick-
Amell,
Dick Van Dyke, right?
The
Was one of them.
the gay guy from Arrow, John
that how they advertised
Barrowman.
it?
He was like, no, he was in a Wonder Woman outfit, and he was like fabulous. Put it this way, he
Fabulous.
laid down on the stage at one point, and men in kilts walked over him so he could see if they had underwear on or not.
Interesting.
So I feel like if you're going to lead with that, I can say the gay guy from Arrow. Like, I feel like
That's okay.
maybe it's not PC, I don't know. But there was a lot of Arrow and Flash folks there this week, this time. It seems like they do I looked back at the last couple years, and it seems like they go Star Wars every other year. They didn't have very many Star Wars people this year, so hopefully next year they have a couple more. But
Jesse pointed out, it was funny. Jesse came to me and said, we were just talking on the way back, and I said, well, what was one of your favorite cosplays that you saw? And he's like, actually, there was this really cool Wraith that I saw, which is the bad guys from Stargate Atlantis, right?
that was your friend, right?
Well, that's what I said. So then the next day, I'm looking on our chat,
Discord.
Discord, right? And then they one of the old gaming friends from way back posts a picture of he and I don't know if it was his wife or
I think it was his wife.
I think it
read
was
the
his
whole
wife
thing.
from what I could gather. I didn't really read.
They were
much.
awesome.
Yeah, they were dressed up as wraiths, and I'm like, that can't be a coincidence. There can't be that many wraiths at Comic-Con. So I ping him.
Even
I'm
though
like,
it was a Stargate heavy con, right? It had 3 or 4 people.
Yeah,
from Stargate.
three or four
Christopher
people from
Judge,
Stargate.
Richard Dean Anderson, and then
the girl
Jewel
State, who was also Firefly.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I pinged Jesse, and because he doesn't look at the Discord channel that much, so I ping him and I send him the picture via text, and I was like, "Was this the wraiths you saw?" And he's like, "No, but those are really awesome too. Who are they?" And I'm like, "Well, that's Lauren from the old gaming days. You remember him?" He's like, "Yeah, I do, but that's not who I saw. I can't believe there's more wraiths."
Did he see his? Maybe he saw his wife.
Might have been.
Did you show
I showed him
both?
the picture with both. Yeah, he said
okay.
neither one of those were it. So
Yeah, it was. They do. It seems like at the Comic-Con they like to go like inclusionary of certain fandoms, right?
well,
So
and
they'll
it's all
have
about
3 or
photo
4
ops, right?
people
Yeah, it's just
there.
about the photo ops. Who's there for photo ops is what you cosplay as.
Like they went Back to the Future heavy this, and there was actually a Back to the Future booth. It was genius because they had the DeLorean,
Yeah.
a ton of merchandise, all kinds of things that just screamed out to sign me. And then they were right across the street from Autograph Row, so like right across the way from Autograph Row. So
Marty in the house. What up, Marty?
I got a couple autographs. I got 5 autographs altogether. Three of them were from authors. 2 of them were like quote unquote famous people.
Right.
Who's the coolest cosplay?
The
saw there.
Wraith ones were cool. I
saw Pickle Rick. I saw your one that you posted.
That's who I liked the best. So they had a Pickle Rick, and then
Awesome.
his wife was regular Rick, and then his kids were Meeseeks, and they were all homemade outfits.
Wow.
I like the family. I like the family themes. Those are always cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I was looking through the photos on the Facebook page, the cosplay photos that they did, where you would go in front of their little screen and they'd take your picture professionally. Did you see Barf from Spaceballs?
Yes,
Like, I didn't see him in the con,
John
but
Candy's character.
yeah,
right?
but that is amazing. That cosplay
yeah.
was spot on. It was awesome. All right, let's get into tech news.
Technology, gadgets, movies, and TV. These are just a few things that give Chris and Jones an excuse to avoid carbs and punish their temporary intern. But hey, they do get a cut of Chris's ownership of the show.
I still do this crap for free.
On the Routine with Chris and Jones. Oh, and Dave, I guess.
During that time, she's just sitting there like watching us, like bob our heads, like this is awkward silence. Yeah, so this is actually.
Sorry.
Oh.
Apparently the music's still
This
going.
might be one of the ones that the graphics intern wants to get into and come talk about.
He can. He didn't opt to get a mic, so he's not invited.
So ads. The online advertising front is slowly imploding on itself in that everyone now has ad blockers installed, right? The ads got more annoying and more intrusive, and people responded by installing blockers. So some of these websites, how do they keep the lights on? How, without ads, without showing ad impressions, how are they going to keep the lights on? I actually have 2 different stories about different advertisements in this new landscape. One of them I knew would be interested the graphics intern in that the Pirate Bay and Showtime this week, it was reported that they are turning to forcing unknowing visitors to mine cryptocurrency using computers rather than eyeballs to generate money. So the Pirate Bay actually came out and said, hey, we did it. Yes, 100% we did it. It was a test to see maybe if this is a viable thing about removing all other advertisements from the thing. We're listening to you. I know that there's a concern about the amount of electricity this takes. We'll look into that. And then Showtime just hasn't said anything. So Showtime's caught red-handed and has actually chose to just not say anything. I don't see the last, unless it's updated here on the bottom. Yeah, so Showtime has still not responded to comment to The Guardian. So how do you feel about this, Jones? Do you think something like that should be...
Steven and I talked about this a little before the show, and honestly, it depends on how they execute it, right? It says, like, if they're really stating that this is going to up your electricity bill when you're browsing our site. First of all, how long are you staying on the Pirate Bay?
It doesn't even explain in the articles that I could find how they're doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm
that doesn't
assuming
make
via
sense.
cookies and
Well,
via,
it's just remote code execution is essentially what it is.
yeah.
Right?
I assume they're sending them the blockchain and they're getting it back, so they're almost adding it. Do you understand how they're doing this, Steven?
So they can do it either through browser or the streaming service, and with the Pirate Bay, it would literally be they're using the BitTorrent client.
Yeah, the BitTorrent client with
okay.
the Pirate Bay. But it's still all about remote code execution. When you go to their site, they're feeding something that you're remotely executing by clicking somewhere, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's essentially what it is. So, and I don't see how, if it's not affecting the performance of your machine, how they're getting anything out of it.
Well, I think the big thing is.
That's effective performance.
Well, in your instance, where it brought your machine to a crawl, but that wasn't from that wasn't from Showtime or BitTorrent, right? So that's what I'm saying is the ones that do it poorly, as Steven has found some of them, they jack your CPU usage to 100%.
So what are some of the other websites that you found that are doing this?
There's a website called the Campus Tab,
Okay,
and
the campus tab.
yeah, as soon as you go to it, then your CPU utilization goes to 100%.
Wow.
So that's poor execution of this this product.
I feel
but-
like you, if you opt into it, like if there's some kind of hey, Woodward runs a site that I support, and whenever I'm on that site, I want to opt into doing this.
Like a disclaimer?
Yeah,
You
I feel
click
like
on it?
I have no problem with it. In fact, there's many sites that I would rather do that than ads. But if you're doing it without the user doing it, it's kind of a scummy business practice.
It is, but like I said, there's so much that goes on your computer that you're not aware of when you go to every site. It's like, But
That's how NSA
Marty,
gets
Is
in,
he
right?
on the NSA list? Oh, yep, he's already on those lists. We don't need to add him again.
Marty brings up a valid point with this is, there are sites out there that block ad blockers. You go to them and the site doesn't function if you have an ad blocker installed.
Yeah, and I do
essentially.
not go on those sites.
Right. So
I will then go find it somewhere else.
what this looks like is you want to run an ad blocker, that's fine. You want to go to a site that either needs ads or this functionality to gain money. You then get asked. You can view this site, 1, disabling your ad blocker, or 2, go to the site without ads where we run
And then I should be
all
able to
kinds
change
of dirty things on your machine in the background.
Because the thing is, it's the shit execution of the code I care about. If I'm on Showtime's website or the Pirate Bay's first of all, if I'm on the Pirate Bay's website, you can't exactly throw up your hands and be like, "Oh, that's scummy of you guys to do that."
Call foul.
Yeah, it is the Pirate Bay, and we know what it's used
I've
for.
only downloaded probably thousands of dollars worth of free
But
material.
Showtime, I'm assuming that they're running this while I'm using Showtime paid service. Not okay.
And playing with yourself.
Okay, Shameless is a great show, okay?
With the benefit of great porn involved.
Back
Yes.
to Hugh Hefner.
Yes,
The interesting thing is, what Showtime was mining was Monero.
Showtime is supporting the cartels and their Monero mining. Is what Steven
It's
said.
even called Monero. Monero sounds like the cartel's cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they're not shy about
Pay
it.
me some of that Monero.
And this reminds me of the South Park a couple of years ago. They had the whole season about the ad blockers and stuff.
Yes.
The ads were becoming self-aware, and
Oh, ads are completely self-aware. I search for anything on Amazon, that's all I see in my ads the rest of the day on websites.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
you can. I don't
can't
care
escape
if
it.
this is a conspiracy theory or not. They're listening. Like, I have said to my wife, I swear to God, I've said to my wife something that I've never searched for on the internet. Ever. I've
it
said,
came up.
like, we should do this. And then Facebook ads and Google ads. They're listening.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, they can.
They're allowed to because
Have
you allow their.
Well, you've seen the movie Snowden, right? I mean, it's a confirmed thing. They are listening to us.
Imagine if Google decides to put mining code in every piece of Android.
Right. So Steven's bringing up if Android had, Google decides to put Android code with mining items in it.
Will you continue using Android?
Well, no. We Android users will unknowingly mine, and this will be a giant number of hash rate that Google was gaining.
I saw what they. That's what they
everybody says-
did in the Batman movie.
Everybody says giant number of hash rate, but you're mining on a mobile device.
You're mining on 300 million mobile devices.
Okay, so 300 million mobile devices times 0.10001 hash rate that you're going to get out of this mobile device.
There are actually mobile devices nowadays are more powerful than you think. People can actually get a couple mega hashes per smartphone.
I can't believe how much RAM they're putting in computers today. I like a little offset of this. I went and got a computer with my friend today at Costco. Just a real basic, use the internet, use it for Word. She needed like a $400 computer, right? So we picked out the one she needed. It had 12 gigs of RAM in it.
Wow.
12 gigs of RAM in like a little $400 computer. Why do they need that much RAM?
Multitasking.
I guess that makes sense.
That's the only reason you have RAM, right?
Yeah.
So mega hash, by the way, that's a real term. I mean, it sounds like some real good, you know. Some of that.
You say mega hash, Woodward's mind goes to pot.
Yes.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Doob.
The next story that I have concerning advertisements is Snapchat. Does everyone here use Snapchat?
See.
Anyone? No.
Oh,
I have-
you know we do.
I have
Snapchat?
used it. Yes.
Do you remember the dancing hot dog on Snapchat? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
all the rage a couple months ago.
All the rage.
Well, now we know that the dancing hot dog AR thing on Snapchat was an experiment to see if people would turn their camera around in the real world and kind of do AR stuff. Snapchat has launched AR lenses, which are the newest tool for ads. Warner Brothers and Bud Light have created their own. So basically, they pay Snapchat to create this lens. You flip it around, and it's a guy with an ice-cold Bud, and it says Bud Light across it. So not only are you consuming that advertisement material, but then you're like, oh, look, the Bud Light guy's on my dick. Let me send it to everybody else. And then everybody else gets a Bud Light ad, too.
Of course, that's what
and
pretty
your
genius.
dick, apparently.
That's what Snapchat's
Yes, that
for, is
is-
for dick pics,
Yeah,
first off.
well,
first
is
and
that-
foremost.
Isn't that why you stopped accepting snaps from me?
Yes, 100%.
The dancing hot dog
Just
ruined
like
it.
not in the mood to get
Both of them
another
are dancing. This is
another
crazy.
Stoll's dick pic with a hot dog dancing on it.
Well,
Not
just be
interested.
thankful you don't get the same type of pics Chris used to send me.
Poo pics. Yes, poo pics.
It's true.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Blade Runner
crap
2049
chat.
is on there, or 2045, 2049, yeah. And then also there's the Bud Light on there. So we should see more things like this in the future.
That's pretty cool, though.
Speaking of the future, Jones,
Oh God, what do you want?
today was Amazon Echo, or yesterday was the Amazon Echo event. Did you see the different Echoes they come out with, Jones?
Yes, there's the Echo 2
Correct.
and
There's
Echo stuff. And
There's the new Echo, which is $100 now, and that is to replace the original Echo. They kind of took a page out of Google's book, and you can actually add wood veneer finishes or aluminum finishes or fuzzy finishes to it. And then they kind of went off track a little bit. So they also came out with the Echo Plus. It's a $150 device. The Echo Plus. It's pretty much the same as the Echo. It has a little bit better sound, but it has the benefit of acting as a smart hub. So you don't actually need the Philips Hue. I'm so proud of myself because I read this whole article and watched the video.
yeah,
and
I can
everything.
tell there's a big difference. Just so you know.
The Philips Hues require a smart bridge in order to talk through the smart bridge to the light bulbs. So the Echo Plus actually acts as the smart bridge. So you can just actually pick up a Philips Hue light bulb. You don't have to pick up the kit.
Nice.
They also came out with the Echo Powered Alarm Clock. They haven't all these launched in October, by the way. The Echo Powered Alarm Clock, which is called Spot. You can think of it as the Echo Show, which is the video version of the Echo that they came out with about 6 months ago. This is a smaller version of that. You can do video calls. It also has your calendar. It's about this big, about the size of like a wireless charger, and it acts as a kind of alarm clock. And the Echo Spot, I believe, is $129. And then things got a little weird. So they came out with a tiny Bluetooth button that's called the Echo Dot. The Echo Spot. No, the Echo Button, maybe. It's just called the Echo Button. And it's like, it comes in a 2-pack, $19.99, comes in a 2-pack, and it's apparently going to be used for like games. So I give you the buzzer, I give you the buzzer, I give me the buzzer. We can play some kind of game where we buzz in.
Tap in.
You tap.
Yes. And then they came out with a new Fire Stick. The new Fire Stick dongle is $80 and is supposed to compete with the high-end version of the Chromecast, 4K video and all that stuff. And then I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Have you connected it to your TV yet?
Yes, so
that is something you can do.
It is something
I did
you
that
can
at my
do.
house. It was kind of cool. Like you'd say Alexa or whatever, tune to whatever channel, and it will change it. It's
Yeah,
kinda
the
cool.
Echo Spot, and then the last one I'm trying to find the name of it. It's called the Echo Connect. So this is kind of the most curious one. It plugs into either a landline phone or it plugs into like a VoIP phone, and it turns your Echo, any of your Echoes in your house, into a speakerphone. So you can plug it into your landline phone, then you can go to the thing and you could say, Alexa, call my mom, and it'll call your mom through your landline or through your VoIP-enabled phone, and that is $49.99.
All right.
And these all launch in October. So it looks like this is kind of a growing up for Alexa. It's a growing up for the Echo, and that they're kind of trying some things outside the box, pushing the envelope a little bit, seeing what catches, seeing what doesn't. Which has always been what Amazon does. I mean, look how much money they spent on that Amazon phone, and that was a complete and utter disaster.
It was a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next episode. Segment.
Stranger Things, House of Cards. These are just 13 reasons why Chris and Jones are talking TV. It's television time on Beyond the Routine.
So TV.
Yes.
We didn't call this one at all, by the way. This is going to come as a shock to everybody listening and more.
You need to gasp, audience.
Yeah, gasp out loud.
Yes.
Star Trek Discovery is getting pirated a lot.
Called
I
it.
am shocked.
Called it. That's what you know what you could have done? Netflix. You know what you could have done? Hulu. You know what you could have done? And you could have they would have backed a truckload of money up to you.
Yes.
But instead, we steal it off the internet.
Hey, they were going where no man has been before.
Yes. To the Pirate Bay where they can get cryptocurrency.
Well, no, the CBS All Access.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
they thought they were being unique and starting up their own paid premium service.
Nope.
No, nobody's going to do it. So,
Nobody likes the Big Bang Theory
in
that
defense,
much.
though,
Okay.
10 million people tuned in to the CBS streaming service on Sunday to watch the premiere of Star Trek Discovery.
And these are paid people or people that are on previews?
It just says
They bots.
Trials.
trials, probably.
They're
I'm assuming,
definitely
right?
not bots.
Yeah. And the premiere also drove record signups for the proprietary streaming service, which will be the exclusive source for later episodes. So initially, yes, it was on TV. 10 million people tune in.
So that's the thing is, we're obviously not businessmen.
Right.
I mean, my name's not Chris Businessman. So
It's not. I've
there-
been calling you the wrong thing this whole time.
you've been calling me businessman.
Why do you have that on your Facebook?
So there's got to be some kind of line for these people. I mean, they are probably watching this very closely, and they're saying, here, if this many people pirate it and this many people, we're ahead. You know, if this many people are signed up for this long, we're ahead.
Right.
So who knows? We might wind up being wrong still, but it's just like HBO. Like, HBO now is doing pretty well, but the Game of Thrones is still one of the most pirated things. So
Yeah, but HBO is that Game of Thrones is a drop in the bucket on HBO, right?
That's true.
There's so much other content.
ballers.
Right, from HBO than Game of Thrones. So,
Silicon
to
Valley.
that point, the premiere of Star Trek Discovery is the 12th most actively pirated show among users of Pirate Bay right now. According to the Pirate Bay's list of most downloaded videos, Discovery's second episode isn't far behind at number 19. So the first two episodes that were publicly available.
Yeah. So that
On
means
free.
all shows, like
Yeah.
all shows, all
That
maybe
says-
even all movies. Like this might be 12th on the whole overall
Correct.
list.
So this is like gotta throw up a red flag to somebody that says we were giving this shit away for free, and people are downloading it already. Once we start charging for this shit, there's no way in hell people are paying money.
No, I signed up for Hulu today, and you know what my thing for Hulu was? Is I wanted a central location where it would remind me what shows I watch. Because I watch, a good dozen shows, and sometimes I forget that they're on, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I liked that show, and there'll be like 20 episodes to catch up on.
Right.
So,
So let me ask you this: do you watch enough primetime television that you would justify a streaming service, dedicated streaming service
that's $6 a month
that encompassed all of your primetime television shows?
without any restriction.
Right.
How much would it be a month?
$6 a month. Let's say that.
Oh,
Hell,
yeah,
let's go $10.
100%.
Let's go $10.
I would
a
go
month
$10.
for all 2, 4, 5. Right, like CBS, NBC,
They're not.
ABC.
That
Even
could be
Hulu,
the future, basically.
even as good as Hulu is, it's still missing stuff.
Yeah.
But it has
And-
ads too, right?
Well, it has ads. You can
That's
get,
one thing
you can
I don't
get
like
an
about it.
advertisement-free version, but even the advertisement-free version, due to these complicated legal things, that they still show ads on some of the television.
Yeah, they have to. That's
They're
That's
contractually
one thing
obligated.
Netflix got 100% right. No way.
So, one of the things that sucks with Hulu though is Hulu is for the guy that's caught up on the show.
Yeah.
They'll only have like the last 5 episodes. If you're trying to catch up and start a show,
Yep.
you're shit out of luck for the most part.
JJ, the DBA in the house. What up, JJ? So yeah, I just think that this thing is already doomed for failure. Where they give you the first 2 episodes to give you a taste for free on CBS, public access network,
That still didn't.
and
do that
people
good.
pirate the shit out of it.
Just like,
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think that they just need to get with the times and realize that
TV's gone this way
you know
out.
Hulu. A couple years ago, people were complaining that Hulu and Netflix, like that's too much. I don't want to sign up for Hulu and Netflix. I know a lot of people that have Hulu and Netflix now. So why don't you
Instead
just
of cable.
find Hulu or find Netflix, make your money that way? I mean, I hate to. In a world where there's only 3
In a world,
in a world
it's not that kind of. It's not that kind of movie.
where one man and
Nope, not that kind of movie.
people
This from the
and
producer.
a monkey do unspeakable things. So phrasing.
I was gonna find it, and then it slipped me.
So I just think that they need to realize that I want, as a consumer, I only have one option for cable companies. So why would they not think that they could put all their eggs in one basket when it comes to a big company that's been doing this for a long time? HBO Go has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Can't get it right. Why would you not? You know, I don't know. They're not going to listen to us, Jones. These
Well, they're
stuffed suits.
they're silly then. All right, let's move on to this one.
Drop in your quarters and hold on to the joystick. It's time for news and stories from the gaming world. Gaming news in the arcade.
I love headlines that are misleading. I really love it. So,
Clickbait.
Ars Technica, who typically is not famous for clickbait, they have they're a very reputable news site.
They are.
where I get a lot of my tech
them and
news.
The Verge, I
Yes.
think, are your 2 favorites.
2 favorites. So. Negative effect.
Which is where I land.
You got to, right? That's what you have got to be on.
I feel like there's nowhere else to land. Like, yes, some of those people are in Croatia. Internet. Don't be delusional.
So the European Commission that ran this study found that illegal consumption of games leads to increased legal consumption. To be more precise, the study Facebook page.
Easy reading.
Yeah, if you want some good old bathroom reading, points out a number of caveats for this headline number, not the least of which is a 45% error margin that makes the results less than statistically significant.
Worst word.
Yeah.
300 pages and about half of it's bullshit. So
I've gone and I mean, there's been times where I would probably fall under that category because there's been times where I've pirated a game and then even though I heard that.
I was gonna say, does GameStop do that if you actually go in and buy a game?
I know for a fact that GameStop will take a used game back within 30 days. I can't tell you. Yes.
The right model.
Which is
EA
what?
or Origin Access is the right model.
Origin lets you have the game for 48 hours, right?
No. Origin Access is a subscription-based thing. You pay.
It's also a pain in the butt to pirate for the most part. I mean, I know that.
And it's also a trial for the first 30 days. I'm not dropping this.
You also have to worry about buying. But it's not their newest games. That's the thing. Is I had that for a while, and you could play Madden, but you could play last year's Madden. But it's like, what does it matter with a game like that, right?
Okay, let me ask this.
Exactly.
Actually,
10%,
I can
right?
tell.
Like,
I can tell you.
I think
hold on.
10% is a high for me, right? Because I've done the humble bundles more than I can count, and those are like 50. Marty says, Stoles, just so you know, Croatians buy games.
Croatian lives matter, Chris. Dude, I would laugh so hard.
On in the arcade. I didn't even know about this system. I don't know if you did, Stoles. The Atari box?
Yes, I did hear about this.
Indiegogo.
Did it start out as an Indiegogo? Announced is still pretty vague, but the Atari has confirmed a few notable things. Starting with a price point between $250 and $300 in exchange for costing roughly as much as a Nintendo Switch or
That little cube that came out that everyone was all about it on Kickstarter, and it wound up being like a piece of crap that everyone hated, the Android thing. You know what I'm talking about? No, not the Roku. No, I can't. Here, I'll look for it.
The only
Sorry.
reason I would say no is Atari, regardless of what they are, I don't think would put out something that is crap. Yes, they're old, but they're a brand name
Atari's
that everybody
from
recognizes.
Salt Lake, right?
Right, they're a brand name that everybody recognizes.
Went to your alma mater. The guy that started Atari. The guy that started Atari went to your school, your alma mater, the University of Utah.
And it's
Neil
it's
Bushnell.
Really good looking. box.
Yeah, it's very, very thin, low profile.
Yeah,
It's got the old school wood grain on the front
Yeah.
to kind of have some reminiscence.
they did the nostalgia thing.
yeah, the nostalgia thing.
How much is it again?
$250 to $300 is the
So
price
they're
point.
trying to kind of get back in the game. It's almost like they're trying to.
Right, and as previously announced, the system will include SD card support, side loading, HDMI port, 4 USB ports, and an Ethernet port. It will launch with at least 2 aesthetic options, plastic and wood paneled, and then the company has yet to show off any additional hardware, particularly the retro-styled controllers that might come with the Atari box. So I'm curious on this. This has got me know We'll have to follow up on that. So
Yeah, well, once it
stay
launches.
tuned for more.
And if Atari wants to send us one, we'll definitely take it.
Yeah, Atari, we know you're listening. Hook us up. All right, last but not least is
What's your Steam username? Is it Crunk? Okay.
no Nuckfuts.
Whoa.
Whoa.
There's a Crunk and he has a Che Guevara thing. That's how do you spell it?
NUKFUTZ.
FUTZ.
Oh.
All right,
see?
so it
I heard
says
something.
could not be found.
Well, sucks to be you.
KNUCKFUTZ.
KN? No. NUKFUTZ.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
Thought the K was silent.
It still doesn't work. Never mind.
Why
Is it in an S?
can't I find this?
Hold on.
What?
Let me spell it.
NUKFUTZ.
I put a C in there. All right. Let's see what your thing that says on Steam Gauge. So I own 180 games, and of those 180 games, I've only ever turned on 37 of them.
Nice. A little.
So and there's a lot with less than
you
an
got
hour.
like 20% going on.
So you have okay. First of all,
Has a Trump.
shout out to my boy who's been on Steam for 14 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'm
You're
an
an
old
OG.
school Steam user.
Yeah, you've been
OG.
on Steam so well. There's a 14-year-old joke in there. I'm not
Wait,
gonna make it.
I don't think that's me.
It's not Trump.
No.
Your name's not Rob Vasquez.
Not last I checked.
NUKFUTZ.
Correct.
All right. Well, it's not you then.
Someone stole your identity.
Well, The Witcher's the #1 thing on here. So
Yeah, no, I don't play The Witcher.
All right. We'll look at that for next week.
Go ahead with
Pete. I know quite a bit about sports, but he is like he's a manly man, Pete. Why you gotta assume that my boy's not a manly man? Okay.
Pete's a jackass. You ever notice that?
We should beat the hell out of him. Take our money back. No, so I did want to just give a shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers who have signed Dwayne Wade to a $2.3 million 1-year contract. So it seems like they're taking a page out of the Warriors, and they're like, well, we should just put all the best players on one team. And so I will be very surprised if we don't see for the 4th year in a row the Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors in the championship game.
For the 4-peat.
This will be so we have two so far. So far, it's been every other one. So it went Warriors, Cavaliers, Warriors last year. So we'll see what happens this year. Also, a lot of people are saying that my boys, the Indians, are going to go pretty far in the World Series. So we'll have to see.
Lies. It's all lies.
Yeah, but
What's
that's all I
their-
have for sports.
What's their record?
That was quick.
They are currently, I believe. Let's see. Let's see where the Indian standings are. So
How far are they in the 162 season?
Let's see. They have.
So which
3
is this
games
going
left.
by?
So
I've got Nuckfuts in the corner with Buddy Jesus. So I know that's what this is.
in UK.
FUTZ. Hold on.
So when you go to steamcommunity.com/ID/Nuckfuts, that's what you need.
One second.
Is your Steam profile not publicly viewable? Because that's probably the reason.
But why is somebody else named Nuckfuts able to use my name?
I don't know.
What is going on?
The Indians are currently 159. So they've won 100 games, which is a very good. They won 22 games in a row this season, Brian. I don't
so
know
they're
if you-
guaranteed to be in the playoffs, basically.
Oh yeah, they've already clinched their division.
Yeah.
So the next person in their division is 17 games back.
Wow.
The Twins.
Marty wants me to gift some of my Steam games that I'm not using. I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with that.
To him,
Well, he didn't say to him. He just says gift them.
I have a bunch of them if you want some. The Dodgers are currently number 1 with 102 to 57. but the Indians have 100 to 59. So I think there's 3 or 4 games left of the regular season. The playoffs start like next week or the week after.
Is it like most other professional sports? There's going to be like a divisional, then a West and East conferences.
So there's 6 divisions in baseball.
So
Wow.
there's 3 separate things coming up on the same page. My profile up here says Nuckfuts.
Okay.
My profile over here says P42 Crunk. And my ID says Crunkinator. So I really don't know which one it is.
KRN
UNKINATOR.
So I did have a K this whole time. He knew it.
KRUNKATOR.
KINATOR.
Sorry.
I'm really bad at this. IOR, sorry.
Crunk. Type
Yes.
Crunk. KRUNK.
And then the rest of Trader.
INATOR. Like Terminator.
INATOR.
He's the Crunkinator.
Crunkinator.
I'm expecting some dance moves from you.
Here we go.
With a name like that.
Tell me it's Buddy Jesus.
It looks like it's working, and it's telling me to be patient. Loading. Have you really been on Steam for 13 years, though?
I've
14
been
years?
on. I don't think it's been that long.
Have you, what brought you to Steam? The Team Fortress?
Probably the orange box.
The orange box, yeah,
back
that's
in the
what
orange
brought.
box.
There it is.
There he is.
Okay, so you have been on for 9 years, which
9
is
years.
how long I've been on as well. The orange box, which came out in 2000, it came out in October of 2007, so that brought me to Steam as well. So you have 122 items, and you've played 852 hours, and it's valued at 1,628.
How many of I actually launched out of the 120?
Let's see, we're down here to see. You're down here with like the turned it on or installed at once. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
It's like every game you've ever played.
24,
Is that what it's
25,
looking for?
26, 27, 28, 29.
I've just never seen this.
Yeah, it's a stats page for
Complete
your
history.
Steam library. You can look up people's Steam library.
So here's the thing with you. It looks like you have a good track record of installing games and then at least installing them so they show up here. But you still have much more than half of your games you've never launched.
Yeah, like I said, if it was not, like I said, less than half.
43 of your games have controller support, 59 are multiplayer. This is cool, these stats. There's some other things out there. The one I wanted to see, there's one that'll tell you how long it'll take to play your every Steam in your Steam library. So hold on, how long when playing Steam library? My Google foo is top notch. Especially because I spell so many things. Steam left. Okay, so this is called Steam left.
Thank God for them internets.
Yes. So according to Steam left, not to be confused with Steam right,